Hi, this is Preston Sandler with Home Inspection Carolina, and today I wanted to just go through some photos that we just randomly took that our inspectors found on the outside of the home, and I thought I would explain a few just to give you an idea of things that home inspectors find. This was a panel that was on the outside of the house. We took the panel cover off, and what you got here is double hitching or double tapping, where they've added something later, and instead of putting in a new breaker, they just double tapped it into an existing breaker. This is a no-no unless that breaker is made for it, and this one's not. So that would be a write-up. Double hitching or double tapping is a no-no. Let's go to another picture here. This is fairly common. What you see here is caulking between the window and the siding, and as you go through the seasons, hot and cold, everything expands and contracts. And caulk can only go through a couple of those before it dries out and cracks. And now, I mean, it's not too hard to fix, but you just need to recaulk it because moisture, wind-driven rain can get in there, and we don't want moisture back behind where, it's not protected from the weather. Let's go to the next picture. Let's see, why is it not? Hmm. Let's see, are we not all the way down? There we go. Now it should go. Okay, so this is a bath fan vent, and it's missing the cover, and it should have either a grate or a flap door, preferably a grate for a bathroom vent, because you're going to get birds and squirrels and things like that that'll nest in there, and that'll block up the ability for the exhaust fan. Pretty common. This we see quite a bit. This is the side of a house where they've weed eated around it. I'm not sure if that's a word. Surprised they didn't cut that phone cord there, but they've weed eated around it and chewed it up a little bit. Couple of things here. I always recommend having beds if you can around so you don't have to weed eat right up against your house. It's good for your shrubs and bushes. However, this siding is so close to the ground cover that would go right up to the ground cover. You should have a 6-inch clearance from the bottom of the siding to the top of the ground cover. So if you put that here, you're going to cover that up. So I think then you're going to have to dig this out a little bit, but make sure that it planes away from the house. But put in a little bit of bedding to protect it from any weed eating, that sort of thing. Okay, woo. Now here, this is a little weird here. What you're looking at there is salt. That's effervescence, which means moisture is moving through that wall. If you ever wear a dark shirt one day and you sweat a lot, you'll see the same thing on your shirt where the water passed through where you sweat and the salt got caught in the shirt. Salt gets caught in the bricks. I got to figure out why this moisture is passing through here. And again, we just took these pictures. I just randomly took some pictures from inspections that were done yesterday, I think. And I'll have to call the inspector and see what's going on. I'd like to see what's up above the roof here and what's in the crawl space behind here. For some reason, you have moisture moving through there, and that needs to be investigated a little bit further. A lot of times you'll see this on a chimney. It's not a chimney, though, because there's a vent right there where it gets down into the actual, down the chimney, and then it's trying to get out, atmospheric conditions or whatever cause it to want to get out. But there's moisture moving through there that will make those bricks spall, and you don't want that. So we've got to figure out what's causing that and stop it. All right, this is kind of self-explanatory almost. You're missing some eave right here, the boxing, and then you're missing a drip edge here and here. Drip edge, you need a little half-inch or more of shingle hanging over to so the rain doesn't fall in behind that rake board and cause some problems here. And again, I just pulled these pictures, but looking at this, I would want to know what's causing this. Is this chimney moving a little bit? I'd like to see a little bit more of this picture. Did that push on that or whatnot? Chimney, the brick chimney is going to have a separate foundation. And how's the drainage around that sort of thing? But definitely need drip edge and that boxing there fixed at the very least. Let's increase the size of this a little bit. Okay, so what you got here is you got a lot of moisture coming down. I think the gutters are clogged, which is causing water to run down the side of the house, which you're getting a lot of, mildew, mold. Couple of things. First of all, clean the gutters. You want to pressure wash this if you can with a really light, not too much, or maybe just a soap suddy, maybe not a pressure wash, because you're going to blow that paint off, which you don't want. And you can see there's a little bit of damage there as it is. You may also want to think this is an older lapboard house, maybe some vinyl siding, or in the old days he used to aluminum siding, but maybe long term, because you're going to have to repaint every so often and look into possibly siding over it with vinyl or something like that to save you some money long term. Um, anyway, so definitely clean that up. You got to shrink it down before you can move on. Okay, this is a vent. They've laid a driveway right beside a vent after the fact. And the problem is now you've got rain that could just shovel right into there. They really should have put a vent well, which is like one of those half bucket looking things, um, so that it can vent in and out and keep rainwater from running in there. Also missing a couple of the little spokes there because you could get some creepy crawlies in there, but they don't bother me near as much as the rain or the moisture that could get in there. I think we got another vent picture coming up. This is a driveway, cracked driveway. I used to say that this was home court advantage when you played basketball because you knew where the cracks were, and I knew where I was on the court by the cracks. But the problem is this is a little more than just hairline cracking because you got some displacement, trip hazard going there. So probably what you've got, this driveway's on a hill. I'd love to see where the water, or I could almost tell you where the water is going when it rains really heavy. It's probably coagulating down in here, and it's actually seeping down in there and undermining that dirt a little bit by little bit, and then the driveway fails a little more. So you could certainly re-pour and repair that sort of thing, but if you don't sort of figure out a way to get this drainage, this water away from here, you're going to continue to have the problem. You might need, I'd consult a professional, but you might need to put some sort of drain or grate across there to catch it and take that water away. But anyway, it's fairly common in some driveways. Let's move on to the next picture. This looks a lot like that bath vent. They use a lot of the same hardware, so to speak, but this is a dryer vent and a little bit different. You do need a vent cover over it, and I would recommend a flat door to keep squirrels and birds and things. You do not want a grate on a dryer vent because the lint can clog up there and cause it to overheat, and and it won't dry your clothes very well either. So definitely needs a vent cover and a flap door on that. Let's move on to the next thing. Oh yeah, here we go. This is another dryer, not dryer, I'm sorry, crawl vent. It's completely covered. It should have a vent well. All vents should have at least 2-inch clearance from the bottom of the vent to the ground. And well, this obviously doesn't have, it's almost completely covered up. Air's not getting in and out of there correctly, and rain can run in there. So this would obviously be a write-up. Let's go one more picture and we'll call it on this. This is siding. Let me increase the size of this. Vinyl siding. It's not fitting very well. I don't know what exactly happened there, or if this was some sort of bad patch or something. It looks like the same type of siding, but obviously, or it may have tried to run a wire there, splice it or something, but it's obviously loose. Just a matter of time before you get some wind, high wind or something's going to rip that piece off. So anyway, I'm going to call it there because we went over a lot. But if you have any home inspection questions or anything we can help you with, please don't hesitate to give us a call, 704-542-6575, homeinspectioncarolina.com. I'm going to put out some more of these videos, different sections of the house. If you find it helpful, please hit the subscribe button, and if we can help you in any way, or check out our website, homeinspectioncarolina.com. Thanks a lot for watching.